The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Evan Turner and Thaddeus Young at the forward slots. Carter Williams and Jay Rich in the backcourt. And it's Noel in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Richardson kicks to Young. The dive for the ball. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. From deep, James. Offensive rebound. And that one's good by Butler.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there. Last year, the Bucks were undersized in their backcourt, but that didn't hurt them because they had shot blockers throughout the rest of the lineup. You know, and that always covers up mistakes that guys might make on the perimeter or bigger players taking advantage of perimeter defenders in Milwaukee.
Yo, kick it out!
Pass to Sanders. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Bucks lead by 20. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Clark, as you said with the Bucks, they had wanted to establish themselves as a defensive-oriented team, so they did load up on a lot of players who can protect the rim, and Steve, it showed.
And that was a good thing, too, because they also loaded up on perimeter players who couldn't guard the perimeter. So there were a lot of opportunities for block shots for guys like Larry Sanders. This was a strange team last year, Kevin, but they did fight hard and get into that 8th spot and make the postseason.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubt Nerlens Noel has faced his share of adversity over the last year. An ACL tear in his left knee cost him the end of his college season at Kentucky. That was followed by the long, grueling rehab process. And, of course, his surprise slide on draft night. But Noel says he takes the strength to carry on and overcome those challenges from his mother. He said, quote, coming to America from Haiti, working 2 jobs, she never quit, so I could be where I'm at today. Guys, plenty of motivation and a great example for this talented young man.
Great story. Thank you, Doris.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And Tony Roten with the slam. That's a mammoth dunk for someone who's far from the biggest guy out there on the floor.
Yeah, perhaps that'll give them the boost they're looking for to get out of the hole here.
Yeah, it should. I mean, if that doesn't fire them up, I don't know what will.
Back to James. Dishes to Mayo. Goes up the baseline. And it's in off the backboard. Mayo's got 4 points this quarter.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
O.J. Mayo is out of USC. He's in his 6th season in the NBA, fellas. And he was considered the top player in his high school class. Very, very highly regarded. He's yet to be a star at the professional level, but I think he's looking to solidify himself as a quality starter.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Yeah, and guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And for O.J. Mayo, 6'4" player. Some people saw him as a guy who could play point guard, shooting guard. He's just a player, though. I think he can do a lot of things on the floor.
He's a decent ball handler, but he's a shooting guard. I mean, he can be a little bit of a combo guy, but for the most part, he's out there to score, and most of those points coming off jump shots.
Bucks leading by 16. Knight kicks to James. From deep three-point range, can't get it to go.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Anderson dishes to Turner. And it's the machine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul, 3rd team foul.
Hawes the pass to Young. Up and in on the layup. Young's got 16.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic, he's really strong.
And I also think he might have played a little football, Steve, because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively.
Tries to save it, but they recover it. 2 on the clock. Here's Butler. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Shots good from Young.
Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. And Ilyasova kicks to James. The pass to Sanders. He dishes it to Butler. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now we'll check across the NBA the best shooters from the stripe. And the Bucks making a change here. James against Turner. To the middle. Here's Richardson. Second chance shot. Nice hit again. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Also, you can see how they've gotten after it defensively. I mean, the steal totals are really something to admire.
James kicks to Butler. And 1:01 left in the third. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Butler's got 10 points. The 76ers trail by 12. Carter Williams off the pick from Noel. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Young sets a screen for Richardson. Back to Young. To the inside. Here's Noel. They get it again. Goes back up. And Young with the basket on the assist by Allen. 20 points here for Thaddeus Young.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Bucks have shot 50% from the line, 6 of 12 so far. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Both free throws good from James. Here's Carter Williams, averaging 6 points per contest. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Young outside. From 10 feet out, again, Philadelphia.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Bucks leading by 10. Passes it to Ilyasova. Back to James. Kicks to Butler. It's stolen by Allen. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Milwaukee on top, up by 10. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And the final period of play just about to start. The 76ers shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Bucks, Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. The machine is out there with Mayo, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot.
What was supposed to be a fresh start for Jason Richardson last year never really came to fruition, guys. I mean, not very far into the year, he had a bad injury to his left knee and had to close things down for the season.
That free throw missing. And for Richardson, surgery last season to repair a cartilage tear in his left knee when he played for Philadelphia.
Well, in his prime, he was one of the most explosive leapers in the NBA. Former dunk contest champion. Began to lean on his three-point shooting as his career went on. Been a very productive player over the years.
The Bucks making a switch here. Knight's checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both.
I think it's fair to say that the top of the Eastern Conference has been getting tougher over the last few seasons. Unfortunately for the Sixers, they've headed the other direction. They've been going south, and part of why they were on the outside of the playoffs looking in.
First one falls for him. And back to what you were saying, Clark, about Philadelphia going through a lot of roster changes last year. You're right, in a season where a lot of other teams in the East put it all together. Steve, bad timing for Philadelphia.
Yeah, bad timing. Roster changes and injuries, of course. I mean, the big trade for Bynum looked like it was going to be something that could help them get to the top of the East, but Bynum never played a single game for them. And so it's understandable why Philadelphia struggled.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Here's Sanders, and he gets it. To go, hitting off the back of the rim. The 76ers trail by 12. Carter Williams with it. He kicks it to Richardson. Shoots again, Philadelphia.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
So it's Philadelphia now. It's a 13-point game. Knocks it loose. And Young, here we go. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Thaddeus Young last season stepping into the full-time power forward role for the Sixers. It's kind of a mismatch waiting to happen because he's undersized at 6'8", but way too quick for most of the guys guarding him.
That one is off. And for Thaddeus Young, with the league going more towards quickness and mobility, Clark, that's certainly going to fit his strengths well.
That is absolutely right. He's not a really strong rebounder. His lack of size does make him vulnerable to post up, but he's one of the best slashers in the game. In the end, the mismatches tend to usually play out in his favor.
Caron Butler is checked in for Milwaukee, and he sinks the second.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Back to Young. On the wing, Turner. 76ers moving the ball around. They get the rebound, and the foul called on Larry Sanders. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, he'll make a walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Larry Sanders. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the 76ers coach as he addressed his team. No surprise, really. The turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away, guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Some good matchups out there. That Washington Wizards game, definitely worth checking out.
Bucks leading by 12. Knight kicks to James. From the stripe, count the bucket. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them, but many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. He feeds it to Knight. Back to James.
Mayo!
And it's blocked by Carter Williams. And stolen by James. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
Yeah, some good matchups. And I'll tell you, that Pacers game definitely has caught my eye.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
And the Bucks making a change here. Pachulia is checked in. Here's Turner. Shot is no good. Some solid defense from Butler. Milwaukee leading by 12. James dishes to Ilyasova. Back to James. The 3. Jason Richardson pulls it in. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Here's Carter Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Young. They grab their own miss. Shot's good from Hawes.
They've gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
Mayo kicks to Pachulia, and that one's good. And the Bucks lead by 10.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Carter Williams kicks to Young. Takes the lead pass. And Carter Williams slams it in. Out of this world aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it now.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
Bucks leading by 8. Well, they're passing to James. Shot, high post, off the left rim and out.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him. Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never.
Ilyasova up top, defended by Young. Ilyasova dishes to Mayo. Feeds it to James. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. James has got 10 points here in the second half. The 76ers trail by 8. Now Carter Williams, rebounded by the Bucks. Pachulia's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Mayo drives in. Turner with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Richardson's running. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Man, another mistake. This is embarrassing. I mean, you've got to make better decisions than that.
Bucks leading by 8. James with it. Now defended by Carter Williams.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And Turner kicks to Young. Back to Turner. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Plays it up and banks it in. Young's got 25 points in the game.
This seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession.
15 seconds.
From deep, James.
He's got to settle down here and get back to where he was in the first half.
Excellent D from Carter Williams. Richardson with it. Caron Butler covering. Hits the bucket. And now it's just a 4-point Bucks lead.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Rejected by Hars. Now here's Carter Williams. D right on him. Young's shot is off.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Butler against Young. Second shot opportunity. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Philadelphia needs to do a better job guarding against Mayo.
He's got 13 points and some assists, too. How about 3 of them? He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
Yeah, he's giving them a little bit of everything, guys.
Noel's checked in for Spencer Hawes. Here's Carter Williams. Outside Turner. Turner gets the screen from Carter Williams. Outside Turner. The dish to Carter Williams. Young outside.
And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. No luck that time either. Bucks leading by 5. Mayo, the pass to Pachulia. To Mayo. A finger roll finish at the bucket.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
It's going to take something special, maybe a miracle for them to come back right now.
How about a little luck?
Here's Turner. There's Noel, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down. Slow down.
James dishes to Ilyasova, and now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Well done at the free throw line. I'll tell you what, that will make things a lot easier on them if they can continue to convert.
Blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. .24 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Backing down is Pachulia. Excellent D there from Noel. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in.
And even that might not be enough.
Yeah. Steve, what do you think?
I don't see it. Very little chance of a comeback. I think this is over.
And good on the basket. Brooklyn. And here's James outside. Misses there. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This
Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my.
You set your career high for steals tonight. Was that a concerted effort on your part or just a natural outcome of the way you played?
Nah, it just turned out that way. I was really focused on defense tonight, though, after talking with Coach some during the last practice. He wanted to see what I could do if I wasn't so worried about offense and just let the game come to me. So I stepped up the defensive intensity right from the outset, and now here I am. It's always nice when there's a good explanation for something, right? Hey, thanks for taking the time to talk with me. I never want to be the one to rock the boat or throw a teammate under the bus or anything, but I just have a lot of beef with another member of the team right now. I know you know who I'm talking about, and I hope you see what needs to be done about it.
We've been following along with how things have been in the locker room, and unfortunately, it isn't an issue that can be resolved easily. We'd like to set up some meetings for you two to work things out, but as far as resolving this through a transaction, that just isn't something we feel would help the team.
All right, I get that. Yeah, I really do, man. I just wanted to come in and, let you know that right now me and him aren't seen eye to eye. Hopefully that can change, but don't be surprised if something comes of it, man.
Thanks for letting us know about your issues with him. We'll do what we can to accommodate you both and move past this.
No doubt. All right, well, thank you. And good talk, man. I'll see you later.